Part 1. Financial Management for Beginners. Money Education. Introduction. The concept of emotional intelligence in business. Having an emotional intelligence for success in business means developing a set of principles for properly managing how you control money and any form of wealth in your life. Developing the appropriate mindset involves having a specific attitude towards the influence that money should have in your life. Most wealthy people across the world have a surprisingly similar mindset because they adopt specific approaches towards managing their wealth. They have daily routines that they follow strictly, and enables them to maintain a certain status of riches that bring happiness to their lives. One important thing about maintaining a wealthy lifestyle is the principle of reputation, because, after all, reputation is the mother of perfection. When you adopt specific principles on how you will manage your money, you will keep repeating them, as this will guarantee financial success. It is also important to remember that financial business is not about what you do to get there, but rather it is about what you do to stay there. This is a common principle for any form of success because most people simply focus on what is needed to be done to get there in the first place. In the United States alone, several millionaires emerge every year, but this does not mean that they remain millionaires all their lives. There's been a steady increase in bankruptcy cases over the past decade alone, despite the corresponding increase in the number of millionaires. Developing the correct mindset to manage your wealth is all about believing in yourself and discovering your passions in your life. You cannot underestimate anything that happens in your life because one way or another, it will act as a path towards financial freedom. If you have a hobby and find yourself spending more time on it than your work, consider developing that hobby into means of earning wealth. Do not underestimate yourself because this is the biggest mistake you can make. Do not spend too much time comparing yourself to other people because you are unique. Just like your fingerprints, it is possible to have something in this world that is yours alone. If you have a hobby for playing chess and it takes up so much of your time, consider entering to worldwide competitions, whether online or visiting specific regions where the tournaments are held. If you are that good, you will create attention for yourself, and you'll find it easy to find tournaments and any form of support that will pay you to exercise your hobby. After all, several youngsters are eking their living from playing video games today. That's something that was imaginable only a few years back. There are now gaming conferences that several nerds unite not only for fun but for financial gain. Take the example of the 2017 gaming conference in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, that attracted gamers from all around the world and was a general success for video and computer game lovers. If you come from a conservative family where your parents have always been keen to ensure that you get a traditional job, you might be discouraged about being creative and finding other means of making money. After all, these traditional approaches are responsible for success that your parents have managed to achieve. Having a mindset for financial success requires you to think outside the box and explore your inner self. You will realize that you have so much energy within you, and if you focus it in the right direction, the money will start chasing after you instead of the inverse. You have to think positively and differently, as this is the most fundamental aspect of any form of success in the modern world. Take the example of any billionaire in the world and look at some of the things that they have got to help them to be wealthy. They simply thought outside the box. If Bill Gates had never conceived Microsoft Windows, the world probably would be a very different place. But as a result of his ingenuity, not only has he changed the life of every single person in the world, but he has managed to achieve financial freedom to the highest extent. Hard work also pays, but being creative and inventive is just as important. Many people work hard, but the sort of jobs they're doing will never make them achieve financial freedom. Instead, they will keep making the millionaires and billionaires of the world even richer. When you start down the road to financial success, keep in mind that the journey must first begin in your mind. If you do not believe in yourself, then there is nowhere you're going. You must recognize the power of your brain and the importance of motivating yourself towards wealth. There are several things that you should consider doing to develop the right mindset for financial success, since this is the first step towards financial freedom. You should take this process seriously, as it will influence the techniques that you will use to manage your money and assets like rich people. One of the first things you should do is look at the people around you. Whether they are your friends, your work colleagues, or even family members, they have such a profound influence on the way you think that it will influence your approach to making wealth for yourself. The people around you, just like your fingerprints, are unique. They all have their own set of beliefs and approaches to making money, but this does not mean that you should always listen to them. There's nothing wrong with advice, but you should remember that you have the final say in your life. If you hang around people who are too career-focused and not creative enough, you should get away from them. It does not matter whether they are your closest friend or family members, because if they have a specific way of thinking about how to create wealth, make sure it works for you. In most cases, one man's treasure is another man's trash. You can easily find a justifiable cause where most people cannot, and this can make all the difference when you're trying to get rich. You can only develop a successful mindset if you keep away from the discouraging elements of friends who do not think like you. Be very wary of every single person close to you, because their thoughts and opinions can easily infiltrate into you. The company that you keep says everything about you. This is the crucial principle of friendship, and it applies when trying to achieve financial stability. You'll become the people you spend time with. So if you're constantly in the company of creative people, you'll discover that your creativity will grow in time. As a result, you can come up with important business ideas that will set you apart from everyone else, apart from the people who surround you. Developing the right mindset also involves you exploring your feelings about the wealthy people in the world. I bet you think that billionaires and other wealthy people you have encountered are immoral and even evil for the wealth they have managed to acquire. But you should not harbor any feelings of jealousy. If you're going to develop the right mindset, jealousy is a weak emotion that limits your vision, and it will keep you mired in financial trouble. Remember that most wealthy people probably started from scratch, just as you are attempting to do. Forget about thoughts such as money does not grow on trees, or if I get wealthy, there will not be enough for everybody else. The financial system is not as straightforward as you might think, and most people who have studied economics and other financial-related courses think that they will automatically become rich. Remember that Bill Gates flunked out of college, yet he is wealthier than some of the most intelligent people in the world. How did he achieve this? By having the right mindset. You should reconsider what you think you know about rich people, because your life is your own. When you want to chase after wealth, stick to this goal and do not associate negative aspects of your life with the standards of living that wealthy people have managed to achieve. Because like the wealthy people in the world, by believing in your ability to succeed financially, if you want to have the right mindset for financial success, have a vision of the future. It is impossible to suddenly stumble into wealth if you cannot picture yourself a few days from now, maybe a couple of months, and even years from now. When you have the right vision, you have a direction. To become financially successful, put it in your mind the kind of lifestyle you want to lead and the sort of work you intend to do to get there. It is crucial to always think about the course that your life should take, because it will motivate you into action. You cannot achieve financial success simply by copying what other people have done or focus too much on aspiring to be like them. Let wealthy people be an example for you, but you create your own life and your vision where you want to be in the short term and the long-term future. Develop a financially successful mindset by thinking of ways that you can earn passive income. Just like chess players who can find tournaments that will pay them legitimate prize money, you should think of ways that you can make money apart from the traditional approaches you're used to. Remember that employment should be a means of getting you where you want to go, but it is not everything. If you can combine your job with passive income stream, you'll be fast-tracking yourself to become financially successful. Passive income is your leverage to financial security. Everybody has 24 hours in a day to create money to support their living, but remember that you cannot be entirely productive this entire period. You must eat, you must sleep, and you must hang out with your friends. These activities do not necessarily create wealth for you. However, if you have a passive income stream, it is possible to maximize the 24 hours that you have to be the maximum, particularly if you retain your job. Do not just think about starting a business. Take steps towards setting passive income stream that you're passionate about. You will achieve financial success if you focus on what you are truly passionate about. This goes without saying because if you were extremely passionate about your job, chances are that you will be extremely wealthy already. Look at the people who love their jobs. Chances that they have achieved some level of financial security. If you love what you do, you'll find yourself dedicating lots of time towards achieving success. This applies to the passive income stream that you should build up because it will result in you spending lots of time building it up into a successful enterprise. Consider keeping a journal or diary where you can record daily happenings in your life. This is crucial because it will allow you to keep track of all the activities in your life and make amends where necessary. It helps very much in developing the right mindset that will guide you to financial success. Keep track of everything that is happening in your life, and one good way of doing this is by writing down what is happening with you. When you take this step, you'll be surprised that ideas will start flowing to you almost unpredictably. To develop the right mindset, be positive about your future. If you still feel discouraged about where your life is heading, put aside thoughts of financial freedom until you have enough motivation to spur yourself into action.